back with Plus This. And I'd like you to help me welcome at home. I expect applause. Timothy Snell. Woo!
I'm so glad to be here, you guys.
Oh
I can't believe it. I'm here.
We are so excited to have you.
Oh, it's like amazing. You guys have just given me such a warm welcome for the time I walked through the door. It's so great to come here and talk about something that I love to talk about, which is curvy style, curvy bodies, curvy fun, curvy fashion.
Yes.
We're all about all of those things. Absolutely. So we wanted to ask you, everybody has their journey. I was just talking to your amazing assistant, and she was telling me her journey. Mm-hmm. How did you come about starting? Who was like the first person you dressed? Like, how did that journey start for you?
It probably was my mom. My dad, I have a sister, and my mom was very much loved fashion. She was a very chic, sophisticated woman with a great shape. But my mom came from a family of 10.
Wow.
Brothers and sisters. Wow. And she grew up poor, and my dad grew up, he was an educated man, and he liked to spend money. She was frugal. Mm. And she learned how to sew. She would take my sister and I to the fabric store. That's how I got introduced to like the love of fabrics, love of prints and stuff. And because my father was a workhorse, my mother was a stay-at-home mom. She would take me shopping with her. I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, Showgirls Town. Yeah, wow. That's right. Las Vegas, Nevada.
I don't think I've ever met anyone from Vegas.
Everybody says that. Yeah, I was born and raised in Vegas.
Look at that. Did you have like feathers like floating all like in your clothes and stuff?
They were in my drawer. I hid them from my family. Yeah.
You had sequins. You had all of it.
I have to tell you.
I started young.
Listen, my father is a costumer, and I grew up with sequins stuck to the bottom of my feet because it was like Mardi Gras style stuff that
I
he
love
did
it,
in
but
Philadelphia.
that's cool though. That's very cool.
So I appreciate that.
So there was a particular store there called I Magnum at the time, and it was a high-end store. She would go there, and if she couldn't afford or didn't want to spend the money she would make it. She could copy it.
Oh, she just would look at it. She'd be all up in the seams and stuff.
She would every now and then when the sales would come on, because she grew up poor, so she grew up with the mentality of every dime matters. So she would go and get something when it was on sale. But beyond that, that's how I got introduced to fashion through fabrics, and being the only boy who ran around with her and her girlfriends while they were shopping and stuff like that. It was a time back in the late 70s and stuff like that where you didn't leave your kids with people. You just, a family friend or an aunt or something, I pretty
much took them everywhere.
Plus she was overprotective anyway. So there you go.
So now do you find yourself like pinching a penny, or are you the opposite where you're like,
I like to live and spend my money, but I always like to plan for tomorrow. I have both sides of them in me. I like to save here.
That's a good balance, because you want to like live your life, but you also want to have a little nest egg.
But I'm kind of that guy. It's so weird sometimes. Sometimes a friend or someone can ask me, could you get this for me or whatever? Then I go to buy myself something. I'm more apprehensive. That's weird. I need therapy.
Well, don't we all?
I don't trust you if you don't need therapy. You know what I'm saying?
I was driving over here telling my assistant, I said, God, I think I need to go see a therapist again. If I have a situation or I feel stuck or something, I'll just go do it for 3 or 4 months, get out the rut, talk to someone who doesn't really know me, and they say what I want to say, and then move on.
Isn't it wonderful? I love therapy. I did therapy for 10 years in New York. I did hypnotherapy here because I had to get over I had a real fear of driving when I moved here from New York. I never drove my whole life, so I had hypnotherapy. And I'm telling you, she's in Israel now. I love you. I miss you. I miss my hypnotherapist so much. Also, so I know Diane Prez, who you work with, and she's a good friend of mine, and she's been talking about you for years.
Oh,
she even at one point read a blog that I had written about an experience I had on a pilot where the designer was really unbelievable and brought in, I was a size 14 at the time, and she brought in a 22 for me and thought that was okay. Yeah. So I wrote a whole blog about it, and she was that bitch.
But we've talked before about how we have had experiences where costumers or wardrobe people don't have anything for us. They don't have options for us at all, and if they do, then it's like a muumuu or something that's not flattering at all.
It's a double-edged sword, because there are two things that are happening with that for me. I don't feel that there's enough in the market to pull from, and unfortunately, a lot of them don't know where to go. They don't know where to shop. Plus-size fashion is just now becoming something that is coming to the forefront of what's happening and what's now. I've always thought it should have been, and I've always been a person who's thought outside of the box. So for me, I knew how to create and how to make it work.
Yeah.
So for a lot of women at home who don't know, because as you, like, I agree with you, like 69 to 75% of American women are 14 plus, so where are they shopping?
Exactly.
What are they wearing?
And don't you want to make money? They're finally coming around.
Well, they're coming around and making money, and that's another double-edged sword, too. We want people who are committed to come in and become the new bodyguards of fashion and really want to put together collections. You guys want to wear pretty stuff, well-thought-out collections like the Michael Kors and the Donna Karens and the Alexander Waynes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys, you know, because you just don't want manufacturers to come out, oh, just size it up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not, there's nothing special about that.
No, things built for you,
Made for you.
are so much different
Yeah.
than going to a brand that just has a
Absolutely.
14 or a 16. Because I'm in that, I play between 14 and 18, so I've been on that cuspy thing for a while. And that's what would happen. Like, I would say, you know, I'm like a 14, 16, but it depends on the brand. And people would bring in like a Bloomie's 14.
Right.
And I'm like, boo, if a zipper's like that, that's not going to work. Like
Well,
on my crotch. That's not going to do it.
And then it comes down to that question, well, are you new? Did you see me? Did you see what I looked like?
Did you read
You're
my
a
measurements?
costumer.
Yeah.
Did you gauge me?
Yeah.
And see, I get everybody doesn't have that sense, and I have that sense really well. I can pretty much look at somebody and size them up, size pretty good, men and women. I'm pretty good at it. But a lot of people don't have it because a lot of people aren't true visionaries and true costumers to the game.
Yeah.
They're just in it for the dime.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Which is why when somebody asks me where I like to shop, that really solves so many problems.
Right.
But so many times I don't even do that. I
Yeah.
mean,
Or there's not enough time to do it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the places are online, so they don't have time to order something online
Right.
because they're
We
not
were
going to
talking
spend
about
to-
that. You know, sometimes I get a call for a job with a client, a curvy client, or someone who is not the norm of Hollywood or whatever, and they call you, they need things immediate. You know you can service them better with what you know you can get online, but you can't get it online because you need to dress them tomorrow or in 2 days, and you know you can't get that for 5 days.
Right.
So there you are, you're just scrapping to bring together what you can and what you can put on them to make it work and to make them feel like they're current, they're modern, they feel good, they feel pretty, they feel whatever. And it's an issue.
it definitely is.
I'm just curious, is your house just like all plus size clothing? Just like, is it a wonderland that if Kathy and I went to, we'd be
We'd
like,
be like Disney princesses floating around.
Well,
that's a yes.
well, it's not as much as it used to be because I'm getting to the point where I've always been a minimalist in looks. I love mid-century. I love minimalistic things. I love things that are clean. So too much stuff around me smothers me. But yeah, I do have an arsenal. I do hold on to things. I do keep things. I do sometimes shop ahead. Designers send me things, and I save them for the right moment and the right time. I do, but if you don't, you know, one thing about fashion and turning, if something hasn't been worn in a couple of years that someone sent me and I don't consider it to be a classic or whatever, I donate it to a charity.
Where? Which one? Which one?
Oh.
Where you give
I
it to?
donated a charity. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh.
She wants it.
I
She
want
wants
that
to get
one.
it. She wants it.
I donated to a charity
It's
downtown
not the
LA.
Kathy Deach charity?
No,
Kathy
but
Deach Closet?
I need to check into that and make sure you're registered to be a charity. Honey, I mean,
Dang, we're not.
you know, it's all about a tax write-off. You know what I'm saying?
it
It's all
is,
about a
it
tax
is.
write-off.
Sure.
So I donated to a charity, and then it kind of purges a little bit.
Yeah.
But I used to hang on to tons of things. You know, I still have things that I dressed Whitney Houston in. I still have things from Latifah that were memorable moments, but all of her like Oscar gowns and different things like that, I cleaned them and shipped them to her house. You know, those are her. You know, those are her
memories, really.
keepsakes. You know,
Let me ask you, were you with her that first Oscar journey?
No, that was my good friend Susan Moses. I came in about a little bit later after that. I kind of came in around the time when she did the movie with Katie. You know Tom Cruise's ex-wife, that second
Katie
one?
Holmes.
Katie
Holmes and Diane Keaton. It was some money movie or something. I came
okay.
in around that time.
Yeah, I know
But
it.
I've
We'll
been
figure
with
it
her
out
for
together.
like 8-9 years now.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, something I think around that Chicago time, something shifted in her.
Well,
for
it did
sure.
shift. I mean, her whole career shifted and her look shifted. And, I always tell people she's the muse for me, and people say, well, how do you come up with the way you want to dress her? Well, I don't look at her as a plus-size woman. I look at her as a woman who wants to be beautiful.
Oh, she is.
And then I just try to dress her accordingly.
She
Plus, I try to
is.
dress her the way I would dress if I were a woman.
You're like, I would like to wear this
I would like to
glamorous
wear
dress.
that. So let's do that.
So, Queen,
Yeah.
get it on,
Exactly.
girl.
Yeah.
So we mentioned it quickly, and maybe we'll come back to it the next segment. But you posted an amazing Instagram about Leslie Jones and about her struggle that she had.
Yeah.
I would love for you to talk about that. Like, you did mention it a little bit about how it is hard to get something at the last minute. Do you feel like that was the case in her scenario?
No, I don't believe that at all. I'm a very honest person. I think designers didn't want to dress her. I think if you don't look a certain way and if you don't have a certain body type, you can't get designers to dress you. Now, granted, it takes time. It takes money. And when you're not used to working in a certain vein with a person's body, and that you have to think outside the box. But I can understand her pain. Everybody wants to be beautiful, wants to look beautiful, and wants to be appropriate, and it just wasn't there for her. Thank God for Christian Siriano. He came in, he saved the day, and he made her look beautiful.
Yeah,
Swooped it.
her dress was
Swooped
He
it.
swooped it. He came in, he made it look amazing, and that's what every woman wants. I mean, beyond size, because it's beyond size.
Totally
it's
and
really
absolutely.
beyond size. It's really about looking good and looking curvy and feeling confident.
But why do you think that other stylists look and see only plus size or only see fat, and they can't see beyond that? Why do you think that you're different in that case?
I don't know. God just built me this way. I don't know. I've always been a kid that thought outside the box. I tell you, my mother was mixed with green eyes. I have green eyes. My dad was a black man. It's a different way I've always been a different kid. I never tried to follow people. I've never wanted to follow people. I've always wanted to be someone who made a difference. And for me, standing in what you believe in and standing in your truth sets you apart. If you try to be like someone else, you won't be a superstar in whatever you do.
That's
I
so
love
true.
it.
I
I
love
love
it
it.
too. And
You're
I
the
think
curvy stylist superstar.
And I do
super
think it's
hero.
because you're an artist. I'm going to add to that. I think it's because you are.
Yeah,
an
I love
artist.
art. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
My parents would give me art books growing up. They would buy me crayon books and markers and stuff because that's where I flourished.
Right.
My sister was the brainiac. I always used to call my sister, and still do now, the pretty brainiac. She's pretty and she's brainy. But I've never had that. I've always just been about the creative and a dreamer. I'm just a dreamer. That's who I am.
I love it. It's a song.
love it.
We're going to sing that song.
Yeah.
I'm a
When we come back,
dreamer.
we're gonna talk more with Hot Topics with Timothy Snell when we come back. We're back with Plus This. I'm sorry. There's shenanigans in the booth, and I just couldn't contain myself.
Yes.
We have a good time here. Thank you, fellas. We love you.
Yes, we do.
We wanted to talk about your hashtag Tim Tip.
Yeah, Tim
right?
Tip.
Tim Tip.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a little dirty, Tim, but I'll let it go.
Well, it depends on
Just the tip. Just
it
the
depends.
tip.
Just the
tip.
tip.
Just
Just
the
the
tip, Tim.
But you have really great tips. Like I think we have one that that I really loved. Adding a heel to a comfortable outfit can take it to the next level.
I feel that is true.
And it
is
can.
100%.
It can. No, I get the whole thing. I'm not a man wearing heels. I appreciate that. But you know what? Heels are very sexy. Heels are alluring. They're attractive to men and women.
They're
and they
lifting.
They change your whole body.
Oh, they do.
They really
They
do.
change. They make you float. They make your posture's different in a heel. You carry yourself a different way. There's nothing worse to me than seeing a woman that's beautiful, greatly dressed, and if she can wear a heel and she doesn't, it changes the whole look of the outfit for me.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does. And, it's a necessary evil. We were talking. You throw those flats in your bag.
Yes.
You wear those heels till you can't.
And you
then
put the heels
switch
on
out,
at the door.
And
Yeah.
no one bothers you. No one says, oh, what you got in your
And
bag?
sit down and kind of ease them off your foot when you need a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Well, our Eva here has been debating on
No,
bikinis.
wait, first let me preface this by telling you this is what
Yeah.
happened.
Okay.
This is exactly
so
what went down.
Tess Holiday posted a picture of herself on Facebook in a bikini, and she got banned. The post
heard about
was
that,
taken
yeah.
down. So all of a sudden, I got all like enraged and was like, "I'm posting a bikini pic." And then I was like, "Oh dang, now I gotta get a bikini." But I gotta tell you, it is hard to choose a bikini. So we had taken a Twitter poll. I had picked two.
We have a
I think
photo
we have
of
a photo
them.
of it.
Yes.
And So these are the two that I like because one, I'm a mermaid.
She is a mermaid. Like she really swims.
Except that I wish it was
exceptionally.
more bright, like
Oh,
the other one, because I love a bright.
yeah.
Because I love the shape of the one on the left, the mermaid one, because it's mermaidy.
80% of the Twitter poll went with mermaid.
I saw that.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
They love.
But
the
it's
mermaid,
because
too.
it's mermaid. But I love. Okay, so this is my conflict. The one on the right is a halter, and I feel like a halter is like going to kill me when I wear it. I'm like. So that's why I have a hard time with halter. But I love the colors of the halter. But I love the shape of the mermaid.
See, what you need is a shop that will let you in solids, because I love the bottom of the striped one, and I love the top of the mermaid.
I know, but okay,
The
so
mix.
but you can only get these online.
That's,
So you
well,
can't. You
there's a lot
can't.
that you can only get online, and then how does that work for you guys with bathing suits when you order online? Aren't you not supposed to turn that stuff on once you try it on? I mean,
they
hello.
have all those sticky things that
Yeah,
are
I mean,
in
but
there.
do you trust that? I mean, what do you do?
No,
I mean,
Tim.
what
No,
do we
I don't
do with
trust
that?
it.
I mean, I don't know,
No.
because it's so personal.
It's a
I know.
lot.
Well, and the company that sells the mermaid one, once you return it, they won't give you your money back. You have to buy something in their shop.
Oh, they
So
hold
then
your
it's
money
like
captive.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I like it. That's why I'm sorry, I don't want to spend $100 on a bikini just to take a photo.
Wow.
I feel like
mean,
it's an investment, don't you?
For a photo.
Well, I
For
think
life.
well, you're
You'll
someone
wear
who
it
loves
in
to water.
life.
You
I
love
do.
someone who
Yeah.
loves water, not unless you swim in the nude. I don't know.
I mean,
and there's
if I
nothing
had
wrong
a
with, and there's,
pool.
and there's
Hello,
nothing wrong
Peter.
with that
Can we
either.
I mean, I would just be
So-
like that painting behind Kathy. I would just be nude all the time.
Skinny
I would
dipping.
just be like,
and there's
hello.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, it feels so
Oh,
good
it
to
does.
be naked in water.
It does.
But
That's an investment in you and like what you love to do. Like
I know,
why
but if
wouldn't
I
you
don't,
invest
okay,
that?
here's the thing. Here's why I'm having so much resistance. I think it's because I don't love either one of those. I'm not like,
you
it's
gotta
got a
love
big
it. You
yes.
gotta love it to
Find the
wear
one.
it.
There was a beautiful bathing suit that I saw on
Yes.
Torrid that was so me. Couldn't find the bottoms anywhere. The bottoms didn't exist anywhere. So I'm like, why is it even on your website if I can't get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put it
Because
on
it's
tease
sold
me.
out.
Cute.
Is it sold out or something?
Yes, yes. And
Well,
it's
you know what?
so
When
cute.
it's a hot piece, it goes quick. It goes
I know,
really
but
quick.
apparently you can't get any bathing suits now
But
because
wait,
it's September.
and this is what you might have to do. This is the next thing we have to talk about. Is for Candace.
Oh, K is for Candace.
She's
okay,
amazing.
this girl is amazing, and Kathy is completely tickled by this girl.
Right.
She we had a conversation today about. She seriously was giggling like this the entire
Because
time.
my mother, of all people, sent this to me via
No,
Facebook.
she did not send it to you. She sent it to me.
By the way, Eva's
Horrible.
never met my family, but she's totally in. Like the
I love it.
teachers
No,
are
I,
in
said,
with
I
Eva.
told Kathy, I'm like, your mom tagged me in a post on Facebook.
I love it. I love
It was the best, and I have no idea how her mom found this post.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this lady, K for Candace, made her own. She was like so fed up, right? Just like forget it, I'm done. She made her own bathing suits, had like a photo shoot taken of herself with her
Okay.
car, a bug, which is named Flotus.
Flotus. Her car.
Her car is
She
named
posted
Flotus.
that on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes,
We
and
have
we have pictures.
of her.
We have pictures of her,
Yes.
and so
And then but there's so many photos.
Yes,
that
that's her with
she
Flotus.
Made a book
Wow.
and is
she
selling
made
it
a book
on
with her bathing
Amazon.
suit?
Yes, no, wait. So we have the cover.
Wow.
That's the inside. That's the inside of the book. We have the cover. That's her on the cover.
Splash.
You know what?
2016 swimsuit
Let
catalog.
me tell you something. This woman has a lot of. She has a lot of belief in her curves. She loves her body.
Amazing.
No,
You
I
can tell
love
she
it.
loves her body.
I love
I
it.
wish more women were into their bodies like that, because this is the thing. She's loving where she is now. And this is the thing about me when I work with a client. I don't try to tell them, maybe you should come down 10 pounds, 15 pounds, or whatever. You have to meet people where they are. And when you meet them where they are,
Preach.
and when you make them feel good where they are, you may notice 5 pounds falling off here, or 10 pounds falling off here, 15. They may not ever be skinny, but they may feel better about themselves for whatever reason. But
Sure.
I love it that she met herself where she was. She said,
Oh.
I'll make myself.
I want a fraction of her confidence. Okay?
That's a confident woman.
Because she made her own bathing suits. She parked herself on top of her car, and she is selling it as an Amazon book.
Do you think
That is
she's a
tremendous.
designer, or she was like, you know what? If I'm going to make a book, let me do my own style.
No, she said, I mean, I don't know, on Facebook, she said, and I made those bathing suits, BTW. She's phenomenal.
Well,
I just love it.
congratulations. I
Yes,
mean,
exactly.
good for you. A coffee table book. Now put that on Amazon and sell it.
It is
You can
on Amazon.
get it.
Shut up.
You can buy it.
Shut the
Amazon.
front door.
No, Kate for Candace is not
We will
playing.
send you the link so you
Oh
can
my
buy
God,
it
that's
if you want.
amazing. Well, congratulations to
Yes.
you. You're talking
Yes.
about e-commerce working
That's
for you.
right.
I love it.
She's gonna make
Absolutely.
her.
Good
She
for
is the
you.
change. She's being the change.
She is
She
being
is
the
the
change.
change.
She wants to see in the
That's
world.
right. Speaking of change, Ashley Graham just got Elle Canada cover. It is
I posted that.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We have a photo of it too.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yes.
huge fan of hers.
I
I just think that
mean-
she's absolutely beautiful, first of all.
is so-
And second of all, she's another woman who's very
That
confident.
top.
But she celebrates her curves.
Yeah.
And she lives in her curves, and she talks as if, okay, this is just who I am, and I just happen to be a fashion model.
Yeah.
Right. She doesn't even want to be called plus size. She's just like, why can't I just be called a model?
I think she's making that happen. I mean, she's one of the next co-hosts of America's Next Top Model as well.
Great.
I mean,
Inside scoop.
I mean,
Thank you for
with
that.
Rita,
I know
with
that.
Rita Ora.
Breaking
and,
here. Breaking
you know,
news,
so
guys.
She's working on that show. So you know what? She's definitely making inroads for the girls that are coming. Because this curvy movement is not going to stop. It's just beginning, and it's just the heat is just starting. But we want it to be right, and we want it to look right, and we want it to be good.
Yeah, for sure. And Tyson Beckford, you just saw him on TMZ.
Yeah, I saw him on TMZ
She texted
talking.
me
I know. I
immediately.
texted her. I was like, "Oh my God, so Tyson Beckford is super hot." He was like, "Size 0 is out the door. I want to see some more curves." And Ashley Graham is killing it. I was like,
She is killing it.
and he is killing it talking about it.
I have a story about him I'm going
I-
to tell you when we're off the air.
No, now you can't do that. You can't do that.
We're going to have to
can't
do
wait.
plus
I
this
can't
after
wait.
hours for that.
After hours.
It doesn't have to do
with
with me. It's
Tyson
about a
Beckford.
friend of mine. But
Oh, okay.
I have so many stories of being at the Hollywood parties and the pre-parties and all of this stuff for award seasons and different things. And the glamorous slim women walk in, but you let a curvy sister walk in that's put together right and really beautiful. She really gets the attention.
I love that. What is your favorite moment that you've had with someone?
God, I've had so many. Let's see. Probably one of my favorite moments probably was with Whitney Houston when she sat me down. We were talking. We used to kid around with each other and talk all the time. And she said to me, she said, you know what? I said to her, you've won so many awards. I mean, you are the most awarded female of all time. And she said, yeah, I know. I feel very fortunate and very blessed about it. But she said, the one thing that I really want is that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She said, if you make that, baby, you have made it. And I
Word.
thought to myself, wow, because she realized and she knew, because she was very smart about the business, she said, that's the pinnacle right there. Everything beyond that. That was one of the best moments because it was like a real moment. I'm into real stuff because I'm around a lot of bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
for
in this
sure.
town, there's so much
Bullshit.
Yes. Do you go back and forth between
Yeah.
New York and here a lot?
I do. I live here, though.
Oh, okay.
I live here, but I love New York. A lot of my good friends in New York, and I have a good time in New York, and I love the city. And I date a lot in New York, too. More than I do here in L.A.
Is this? Are you putting it out there? Are you single?
I'm very single, and I'm very much looking, and I'm a good
Alright.
catch, too.
Do you
Yes.
hear that, y'all?
This is a good, clean man here. Let me tell
This is a good,
you.
clean Tim's tip.
This is a,
We could totally hook
Tim's
that up.
tip is clean. And I have my own stuff, so you
Listen.
come with your own stuff, too.
I
I
got
love it.
4,300 Facebook friends, and I was a Broadway
I
diva.
am
Okay, I
looking-
got cute boys.
I
in
am
New York
open.
coming.
I've dated a lot. I've dated all types of guys, whatever. But I'm like, you get to a certain point, you want to settle down. Have a lot of friends that have settled down, gay, straight, or confused, or whatever. And you get to a point where you want to share. You really want to share.
Yeah.
This lifestyle that I lead, jet setting around, dressing people, trunks, showrooms with designers and stuff like that. A hotel room can be a lonely place sometimes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You may be in a 5-star, but who's your star?
Yeah, and you want to share your life with somebody.
Yeah,
like
you
that's
do.
what's important.
Yeah,
like, when something happens,
absolutely.
it's like, who are you picking up the phone to tell
How many
about
times can I call my sister?
it? Oh, right.
I mean, I love her to pieces. We're extremely close, but you know, it's
I
just
mean,
one
look,
of the
it's
things.
like Peter and then my sister.
You've seen her
Yeah.
man, right? I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, he's
I mean, he's
incredibly
cute.
good looking.
Yeah,
And he's
it's a
Greek,
shame.
too.
I know.
Damn, you did good, girl.
No.
He did good. Okay.
Both
I
of
stand
y'all,
corrected.
both of y'all did good.
I stand corrected.
I'm
We both
rolling my
did.
eyes.
We both did. We both
Only
did.
both
because
did good.
every week
No,
I have to.
seriously.
I know.
Seriously,
Well,
you
because
did
you're the
good.
one. Okay, wait, but Kathy is the third person in our marriage because
Aren't you dating?
We are. She's very single.
I'm very
Girl,
single.
go online. Does that work
She's-
for you? Are you
she's-
scared about
no,
going
she's
online?
I've
very,
done
very.
that.
She's
Oh, it
very
didn't work?
crazy about it. She's very crazy about it. She's very worried that someone's going to be a BBW chaser. They're going to chubby chaser. They're going to fetishize her. All this stuff.
I can understand that, but you have to come outside of that and think this is their type. This is what they like. It's
Yeah.
okay to be a part
No,
of that.
Listen, therapy works. That's all I'm saying.
Girl, I need you to work on that.
I love that we got down to that.
Yes.
I want us to all
That's
be in
perfect.
love. I want you to work on
That's
that.
right.
We
We'll
all
work
gotta
on
be
that.
in love.
I'll be a men manifester with you. I'll text you
And
back
I'm going to
and
be
forth.
a female manifester for you
Yes.
because you're just as pretty and cute and,
thank
and bubbly
you.
and juicy. I'm sure a man would love that.
I mean, come on,
Right?
cherries.
Yeah.
Cherries on your cherries.
No, seriously though.
So cheeky.
You seriously though, I'm surprised you don't have a
Oh,
boyfriend.
you're
You need to
very
get with that.
sweet. You're
No,
very
she
smart.
really needs to get to
oh,
loving herself.
That's true. That's
That
true.
is the
That's
truth.
true. It's all about that. You're
Well,
so
you know,
right.
life is about a small amount of time and then it's over. So all I can say is you better
Get on
you
it.
better get on the clock
I
and get
do.
to pushing.
Yeah. Get the
I
pushing.
think that's
Get the
it.
pushing.
Get the pushing.
Get the
tip
pushing.
in. Get the tip in.
Get the tip
Get to pushing.
in.
In. Not just the tip. In.
Get it in. Start with the tip and make it work.
That's Tim's tip.
Oh,
That's
Get
my
it in.
tip.
that's my tip to you tonight.
I love it. I love it. You are a delight. We want you to come back, please.
Oh, anytime.
Where can people find you if they want you?
You can go to Timothy Snell ONE on Instagram, Timothy Snell ONE on Facebook. I have a Curvy Style with Timothy Snell. It's a Facebook fanbook page,
Yes.
and you can go Timothy Snell 1 ONE on Twitter.
Yes, we follow
Fantastic.
you
Timothy
everywhere.
Snell 1 across the board.
Yeah,
we
Keep
follow you
following me.
I follow you everywhere.
We
Follow me.
we are following you.
Follow
everywhere.
me everywhere.
Oh,
Excellent.
we
Because you know I
are.
have something to say.
We
You do,
are
you
following
do.
you. You just
Thank
haven't
you
noticed
so
it yet.
much for coming in.
Yes.
Thank
You've
you.
been such a delight.
Thanks for
We
having me. This is
appreciate
a
it.
blast, you guys.
I'm
Don't be
so
strangers.
glad.
I'm going to be
We
mad.
won't be. I'm going to ask you for that charity.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back with more plus this after this.